Good morning. This is my object-oriented programming project, Java assignment, the final one. My name is Utkarsh Arvind. My roll number is am.en.u4csc18257. My class is S3CSEC, and the topic I've chosen is airline reservation system. So before I show my code and show what happens in it, I like to mention what the basic criteria, what basically we're doing here. So first there'll be a login page. So from once we've logged in with proper username, we have two options: international and domestic, like in any flight system. Obviously in those we have another two options: business and economic. Alright, so once we've logged in, chosen international and domestic, we again have to choose what we want: business, economic. We need to choose the right date and the amount of people we want. Alright, and obviously from that we print the document, and the document you get details like the information, what all you've chosen, and the amount of money you need to pay. Okay, so now we go to the code. Okay, first the login page. Okay, so this is the login page. I haven't put any images because I'm not sure how to, but here are the two options: economic and business. Alright, so this is the information you get in the starting. We're starting from Cochin, that's where I live, and two is these are the cities to which you can go to, and these are the random prices and timings. Alright, if I click on business, these prices will obviously increase, but all these things will remain the same because these are the destinations and this is the same timing. So let's say I enter a random username and password for logging in. I will get an error: invalid username and password, try again. Okay, so this time I will enter a valid one, which is Utkarsh, and my password. Okay, yeah, as you can see, I've logged in. Alright, obviously these two remain the same. Now depending on where you want to go, you can decide. Let's say we want to go to okay, again, before I explain where you need to go to, if I put international flights, yeah, see, these are the places you can go to on the international flights, and it obviously again changes from economic and business. See, 64,000 for Bali, which is business, and 21,000. Alright, and this is information for the domestic flights. So let's say I want to book a domestic flight first. Alright, so these are the things you have to fill: from, to, obviously from is just Cochin, but you can add more. To, booking date, what class you want, number of adults, children, infants. So if I just write find flight, I'll get a problem: please enter the valid date. Okay, so let's say I enter 2020. Okay, I want a business flight to Goa for 2 adults and 1 child. Find flight. So seats available, do you want to book now? Yes. So after we've printed it, this is the information we get: from Cochin to Goa, class is business as we've chosen, this is the traveling date. Obviously the price and the departure time we can't choose, so this is the departure time and flight, number of adults, and ticket number, booked by Utkarsh Arvind. So let's say again I start the login page. Okay, I log in 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so this time I want an international flight. Obviously it will be the same, but the destination and the price is different. So I want to go obviously these aren't the actual flight routes, but I've just added them. So let's say Cochin to New York, and the date is again 2020, and economic to save money, just 1 adult. Seats available, that's because seats are available because if all the details we've put is valid. Yes, again whatever we've printed is according to what we've chosen: ticket number and everything, departure time, adult, and all this information is chosen from the start where we went in the login page, right? This information was chosen from here, international. Okay, so that's my project basically. Now I have 4 basic um, 4 basic pages: login, international, domestic, and print ticket. So it mentioned that international flight and domestic flight are the same, except the information I've put in, which is for domestic the places are Bangalore, Chennai and all, and for international it's these international areas, these places. Okay, so first let's start with the login place. So firstly I've declared a lot of panels, okay, and I've labeled them, and then I've made an object which is from to price and time. Okay, so I've done this, and then these are in columns, and in rows I've constantly put Cochin, Bangalore, Cochin, the place I want to go to, the amount of price and the timing. So this is coincident with the object column. So from Cochin to whatever place, Bangalore, price is whatever and time is whatever, and this is obviously different for whatever places you need to go to. Okay, so again I've created tables, I've created scroll panels, and I've added whatever places they need to go to. One thing I had done is added images, but for some reason I can't get them. I tried to do everything, I just couldn't get them, and I referred online too. Anyway, so again I've created labels and all, everything, but I'll show you the main code. Yeah, I've added the bounds, set the bounds, and I've added these set bounds onto onto my project. So okay, this is the main thing. New login page. This is where all the action happens. So what happens is, first this only works right now, it only works for my name Utkrisht and this password. Okay, so what happens is there's an if statement. So firstly I'll show you the get. Soscheck is equal to, it gets the password, and check gets the password, and scheck gets the username. Okay, so if the username is my name and check is true, so first I'll show what check is. It's a boolean where if the length is greater than 10 or lesser than 4, it will return false, so this won't work. Okay, and again if check I is not equal to Caesar password, it will return false again. Now check of I and password I is basically, this is password I. Okay, so when I is equal to 0, it should be 1. I is equal to 1, it should be 2. Okay, so only if I enter the password as 1 2 3 4 5 will this work. Obviously we can add more things to this, we can add more passwords and more usernames, but for now I've added only one. So if I add if check is equal to 1 2 3 4 5, it will return true, or else it will return false. So only if the password is 1 2 3 4 5, this statement will work. And the name is Utkrisht. Okay, so what happens is it adds two pages, domestic flight and international, which are these two. Okay, and it removes the username, the password, and whatever information you see in the box, it removes. It removes this box, this particular box, and sign in, and instead of that it gets the option of choosing between domestic and international. Okay, then again I've added 3 mouse classes which extends mouse adapter 1, 3 and 2. I don't know why they're not together. So that's basically the login page, that's basically what happens. And as I mentioned earlier, it can go to international and domestic, so I'll just show one of them because they're the same. So in international, again I've added combo boxes, I've added panels, I've set their bounds and everything. I've said how the date should be. Again I had added images, but they weren't coming. So yeah, and this was the button find flight, where after we put all this we can find the flight. Okay, and these are the bounds, this is what we've added. So firstly, the details I added, to be honest, the color and all I wasn't sure of. I wrote red and it wasn't coming, so I copied this from the net, the actual detail, the actual thing you need to use. Okay, so I'll show you what was happening here. Okay, so as we saw that if we Yeah, so this you might have not seen, you have no right to access it. I'll show you how this works. So let's say I directly go to international flight, okay, and I add a valid date 20/02/2020. Okay, this is a valid date and everything here is valid. Okay, you have no right to access, and it closes. So why, even though I had put everything valid, why didn't it work? I'll tell you why it didn't work, because I wasn't logged in. Alright, when we print the ticket, I'll just show you again. I'll just show it to you again. Yeah, again, Utkrist, and my password 12345. Okay, domestic. 20/02/2020. Okay, now it will work. See, it's working now. That's because when we're printing it, we need the information of the user. Without my logged in, it won't work. And this is what I've made this for. Yeah, please, you have no right to access it. And obviously, please enter valid date was if the date is not entered in a valid manner. And then I've created yeah, this is just for catching exceptions, like seats are full, sorry. Now this only works if the seat count is greater than 60, but obviously it won't work now because the maximum we've put is 1 2 3 5 6 7 4 3, so that's a total of I don't know, 15 16, so it won't work like that. But I can add more, I can just add more, and in that case it will work. So now I've added 8, and if we execute this, yeah, now you have 8 options. So yeah, you can add this till 60 and then see that it won't work. I don't know why I've done that, but yeah, that is just the international and domestic. Domestic is the same as this, only the locations are different. And okay, now print ticket, and this is also very important. Again, to be honest, all this I've copied from the net. I wasn't sure how to use it. It was an HTML format and the color and all. So yeah, anyway, so this is for this is how it looks like. This is how the font color for traveling date, total price, departure time, adult and all would look like. Okay, so what happens here is, as I said, it needs my name. So booked by, as you remember, booked by Utkarsh Arvind. So again, it has only one input, so it will only show my name. So yeah, once I've done it, it'll come as booked by, and the ticket number will also come. Obviously it's the same because I didn't add any more. Anyway, so yeah, again I've set the bounds, I've added all these things, and yeah, that's it. Set visibility to true. That's all there is. And then there is Windows utility, which is basically to look see an error, and there's the exit listener, which is basically once you've exited after choosing whatever you want, once you've done everything, this just exits it. It doesn't go back to login page, it just closes entirely. Alright, so that's basically what I've done totally, and I'll just explain to you how I have I don't think I need Paint to explain it. What I've done is to calculate the amount of money it requires, as you saw when it executed. Sorry, the amount of money it requires is calculated from this. So once you've chosen to and from, it will calculate the money. So it's the same amount of money is for an adult. So I'll just show it to you. Christ. Okay, the same amount of money is for an adult. So let's say if from Cochin to Bangalore it's 3,000, one adult would pay 3,000, a child would pay half of that, so 1,500, and it's 1/4 for the infant. So that's how we'll calculate it. So once we've put all this information, and to 2020 seats available, obviously. So yeah, the total price is this, which has come from the information we've put. As you could see, the initial price was 325 or something like that. Yeah, 3125. So using that, there were some 3 adults. Yeah, Hello again. I realized that the mistake is that the maximum amount saw how the amount of money comes because of the algorithm I used, which is into 1 for adult, into half for child, into 1/4 for infant. And again, the print ticket, as I said, only has one info, which is this ticket number and this name. Okay, and I just added another a line to show that I've created this project developed by Utkarsh Arvind. So yeah, that's my project. Thank you.